electric, all hooked up. He's gonna tow the Steamboat, and then he's gonna have an expensive day. But anyways, at least he's getting off the mountain safe. I don't want to leave anybody stranded up there. So cool. We are off to a new unit. Little bitty bear climbing the frickin' telephone pole. Oh, I'm telling you guys, I'm struggling out here. I drove about 100 miles up in all these places. I really haven't seen anything that's really piqued my interest yet, so I think I'm gonna head back to Steamboat, and I gotta get back on my maps. I checked out like 3 different places. I drove like 15-20 miles off into the backcountry, and just nothing that really looked like good. I have a plan for the morning for sure, but I'd like to find something else. I'd like to camp somewhere tonight, but I don't know, if this keeps going the way it's going, I might just grab a hotel tonight and head up there in the morning if I don't find anything else promising. But I'm gonna drive up other side of Steamboat, check out a couple things, and then we'll make a decision from there. But it's pretty much been a scout day all day today. You'll have that sometimes, going to new areas. So yeah, I don't know, if we don't find anything good, after tomorrow we might be heading to the Black Hills, so we'll see what happens. Morning. We are on top of the mountain this morning. Just about ready to hop on the bike, and I found a trail I can maybe get like a mile and a half in on, so it's pretty rough. I only made it in here about a quarter mile with the truck. It's so rough, so I don't know, I'm gonna hop on the bike and see if I can't get back there further, and we'll go from there. Let's go find an elk today. Well, I think it's going to be straight down the mountain down to that area, so I think I'm just going to hike it from here. Chilly this morning. Got me a long ways back in here, actually. Time to get off in there. Oh, I can tell we're up another 1,200 feet from where I've been hunting. And a bike ride, it's kind of wore me out a little bit. Yeah, I know I didn't hunt any elk yesterday, but yeah, I was thinking about it last night. I did some major scouting on the west end of the unit that I was in, and scouted a whole top end of another unit, and it's priceless information, because you can look at it all you want on Google Earth, but until you kind of get boots on the ground and actually see for your own eyes what it is. I crossed a ton of spots that I've had marked for a few years, you know, and it's just a matter of, I know there's elk in the unit I was in, I know that, but it's just finding the pockets where they're at. Even though I'm not hunting elk per se, we're still hunting elk, we're still scouting. And I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty amazing to take a shower last night, sleep in a bed. Oh, I could have slept there all day. So yeah, treated myself to a nice steak dinner last night. I did wake up in the middle of the night though, and reach down and grab a piece of firewood and throw in the stove, but I was in a hotel room. So yeah, it was good. I feel nice and fresh this morning. Not you can only keep so clean when you're living in the dirt. So yeah, it was good. Good for morale boost. Got to talk to the girlfriend a little bit. I mean, I really haven't had service to talk to anyone or let anyone know how I'm doing, so everyone's happy to hear that I'm alive, and positive vibes. Just keep grinding. Slow her down a bit today and the rest of the trip, and I only get so many vacations a year. I work a full-time job, 40, 50 hours a week, and I only get a couple weeks off of the year to go do stuff that I want to do. So we also got to treat it a little bit like a vacation. Otherwise I get home and I'm gonna feel like I have to take a vacation for my vacation. So yeah, gave me a good time to think last night and reflect on the hunt, and it's been incredible. The scenery is absolutely amazing. Colors are like full colors. It's important to enjoy it also, and don't be so consumed by, I gotta get an elk. I mean, if you do the math, at 7%, you come out here 50 times, the average person shoots an elk, only shoot an elk 3.5 times or 3 times. So if you get one elk in 10 years DIY public on Colorado, you're already above the odds. So you just gotta keep that in mind. You're out here to enjoy the mountains, and yeah, if you see an elk or get an elk, it's just a great bonus. Yeah, enough about that. Let's find an elk. Not a ton of sign, but the farther I get, the more fresh tracks I see. We're just about to drop down into a big meadow area. I'm just gonna stay in the trees and do some calling. I might set up somewhere and do some raking and calling for an hour or two, and then there's another meadow about another half, 3/4 mile behind that. That's basically about as not as far as away as you can get from the access, but before you drop down the mountain, and it goes downhill probably 1,500 feet, if not 2,000 feet. Pretty steep. I would expect that they would be bedded on them backsides. It's got to be a stupid spike back here or something that wants to be on my dinner plate. Super cool. Man, first I was like, oh my god, there's an elk. But that's a cow moose. You gotta be really careful around moose. They will charge. They can't see a freaking thing, but they can hear really well and smell. So yeah. Maybe those are all moose tracks I'm seeing up on top. I don't know. of there. Oh shoot. There's a bull right there. We're just gonna back up a little bit. Just a little bitty bull. Gonna scoot over here, see if I can get a better angle on it. Distance in case I gotta react if he charges, but he's probably on the trail of that cow, I'm guessing. Awesome, man. That was super cool. No, how about an elk now? Well, it's the first rub I've seen in here. It's about another 100 feet up to the last meadow. That'll put me at like 2.5 miles from my bike, so yeah, we'll just keep pushing on. I haven't heard anything all day. Not a peep, and I've been moving the whole time. 3.5 miles to the bike. It's about, I don't know, 3:30-ish. I think I'm gonna slowly work my way back to the bike. Man, it's just been a grind all day. It's pretty warm out in the sun. I've been hiding out in the shade. Trying to, stay where the shade of the heavy, dark timber is. But I think Colorado has won. I don't know, just not feeling it. But Pretty tuckered out little fella. Had a pretty good scare coming off that big slope back there. I was coming down some really thick stuff, and also I looked ahead in about 30 yards. Let me catch my breath. Pretty good sized bear. I don't know if it was a sow or a boar. What's up, everyone? Oh, we're not elk hunting today. We're in kind of elk country. So I'll give you a little scoopy. I didn't really film much yesterday after the hunt. Man, it was just a grind. Just can't hear elk. I found very little sign yesterday. I know where they're at, but I can't get to them by myself. Well, I could get to them, but getting them off the mountain is another case. I was talking to a biologist I met, was talking to a Forest Service guy, and I just was asking him a couple questions, and she ended up telling me that the elk herd in that area is down 40% in the last 5 years, and she said something like upwards towards 30 in the last couple. So I know they had a really bad winter, but I mean, walking 8 miles a day and not hearing a single thing, not seeing much for sign, makes it really tough. So I picked up stakes last night and loaded up, and we drove through the night to get to the Black Hills. I'd love to pull the trigger on a shed hunting trip out here / turkey hunting for a week, but not sure on the snake situation here. But I do not like snakes. I've never really done a fall shed hunt. I mean, great times. Stumbled upon moose and bear and just about had mule deer around me. Just about every kind of creature I could think of but an elk. So yeah, we're gonna head down to town. I gotta fuel up, grab a little breakfast sandwich, and we're gonna be off and running today. See if we can find some horns. All right, well, finally, after like 6 attempts to get on some of this public, we finally found a little corner we can get on. I pulled in this one spot that I really wanted to go to, but I ended up talking to this old guy, Beaver. This is his nickname. Pretty awesome. And he said unless I can jump 400 yards, I can't get on that property. He said there's a lot of landlocked stuff out here like that. So I got to talking to him quite a bit about the area. He said there was 87 elk out in his field last night. 5 big bulls. I'm like, oh, you're killing me. So that was really, really worth the stop, talk to the old boy, and just chat with him about things. So he gave me some great info, and we'll see. Maybe we'll be hunting muleys in the Black Hills shortly. I drove around this property, and the only way you can get in here is through this really, really steep stuff into a landlocked piece. So it's about a mile. Looks like I got a pretty good sized hill to go over, but we're gonna bomb up and over. It could be a waste of time, but it's never a waste of time just walking public, because I'm also scouting for deer and turkeys and everything else. But we got our eyes on looking for some sheds. Super warm. It's like 78 degrees already. Luckily there's a nice breeze, filled my water up all the way, and we're just going for a long walk. Well, there seems to be deer up here. Seen two since I got on top, so we're gonna drop down and descend in finally to a little pocket that comes down to an ag field. So that's where I want to concentrate. Looks like they've been doing lots of logging in here. I guess I should have bought a deer tag. Apparently they're over the counter here. Yeah, this has me really interested in doing a Black Hills hunt now. There's a little whitetail buck. Dang, there's a lot of deer in here. Well, if anything, we get on the right slope. The loggers haven't picked up all the sheds. Hopefully we'll find one. Oh yeah, this is what I'm after. Get down in these draws. Looks like we're gonna drop on in. Gosh, this all is freaking logged in here. I don't know, maybe somebody could have picked it too, but we're still going to give it a walk through. I walked all the way back here. Just wish it wasn't logged. Of course, it's my luck. I picked the one property that's getting logged. Well, I should have paid closer attention when I was on top, but I took the wrong ridge out, so now I gotta go back up over this ridge. It's warm out though. Guess if I was a logger, I'd probably pick up every shed I found. Alright, we finally made it back to this ag field. Looks like it might be winter wheat too. The property only goes up to that fence, second fence over there, so I'm just gonna head down in here, check all that, and then we'll get up here. Stay nice and tight to the field. Saws going. There isn't like 1 inch of this place that hasn't been touched. I just cannot win on this trip. Just like Kansas all over again, shed hunt. It's still fun, but well, I think I gotta pick a different route. I'm all the way to the back of this property. It's around 2.5 miles up over 3 big ridges. I think I'd like to talk to the loggers, what I'd like to talk to. See how many hundred sheds he has. But I'm just gonna kind of pick a different route and we'll weave our way back out of here, and we'll on to the next one. It is hot out though. Another doe bedded right in front of me. Boy, a guy could bow hunt this. You just spot and stalk. Farther away I got from those fields, the sign just completely dried up. Off to the next spot. I've at least killed a few bugs on this trip. That's the only thing that I've harmed. Oh, it just dropped down 89 degrees. 5.2 miles. I think I'm heading home. It is 93 degrees here right now. I don't think I'm gonna go for an afternoon hike in 93. Didn't get out, didn't find a shed. I only went for one little walk, but yeah, it was still fun. I learned a lot, and yeah, I can't wait till the next elk trip or next adventure. So don't forget to go hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. 12 and a half hours or 13 hours home yet, so an hour of pressure washing this truck, I think, to clean it. There's so many bugs on the front, it's unbelievable. But yeah, thanks for following along, and we'll catch you guys on the next adventure. That's a wrap. Time to get ready for ducks.